Hello my sweets, it's Keisha. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. Today I'm teaming up with two of my favorite YouTube friends to bring you a DIY fairy garden mini-series. These ladies are both crazy talented and I'm honored to be doing this mini-series collaboration with them. The first is Sukainah, also known as Liyana, over at Terrarium Crafts. On her channel you will find hauls and uniquely amazing crafts and DIYs. And this collaboration is right up her alley, as one of her favorite things to do is fairy gardens. I can't wait to see what she comes up with. Next is Kerri over at Mama Dares to DIY, and her channel is chock full of absolutely astonishing DIYs. Her attention to detail is unmatched. No stranger to the miniatures, I'm super excited to see what she has brought to the table. When you're done watching my video, check out the link to the playlist in the description box below. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Alright, let's get to it. To begin my arch, I drew out a simple outline in the shape and size I wanted it to be. Mine measures 7 by 5. Then taking this foil from Dollar Tree, I crumpled it and twisted it to my desired shape. I also added more foil as needed. To make the arch stand up freely, I cut down the craft stick and glued it to the bottom with strong adhesive and hot glue. Next, I painted my arch with one coat of Waverly chalk paint in mineral and set it aside to dry. This step is not necessary if you plan to use moss the way I do. Once the paint had completely dried, I took these decorative accent stones from Dollar Tree and began to hot glue them onto the arch. Please note that hot glue alone will not hold these stones. Once I finished, I squeezed a stronger adhesive into the cracks for a permanent hold. Before covering the arch with the stones, I tied two 18-inch pieces of twine to the top. Then I finished covering the arch and set it aside. Next, I used this air-dry clay that I purchased from Walmart to make the leaf for the swing. I needed a piece a little larger than a golf ball and placed it in between a folded piece of wax paper. Then, taking a rolling pin, I rolled out the clay as thin as a pie crust. Next, I placed my desired leaf on top of the clay and rolled over it a little more to imprint the leaf and its veining. I used this piercing tool to cut the leaf out. You don't have to use this tool in particular. Use what you have on hand. A knife, a skewer, or a toothpick will do the job. I removed the excess clay and felt it was still a little thick, so I rolled it some more. When it's to the desired thickness, I peel it up and smooth the edges. To make the leaf into a seat, fold one side of the bottom of the leaf over the other as I am doing here. Then turn it over and pinch the back. At this point, I began smoothing the clay and added in veining on the front and back until I was satisfied with the way it looked. An alternative to purchasing this clay is to make salt dough. You can find many recipes by doing a Google search or on Pinterest. Using what I had on hand, I used this mushroom to help the leaf keep its shape as I set it aside to dry. When the leaf was completely dried, I drilled 4 holes to be able to hang the swing. Then I used the finer side of my sanding sponge to smooth out any rough edges and dusted it off. To paint my leaf, I used Craft Smart acrylic paint in Holiday Green and Waverly chalk paint in Scallion for the veining. I'm using my heat tool to dry in between coats. If you don't have one, you can also use a hairdryer. I did 2 coats of the Holiday Green and 3 coats of Scallion. Once the paint was dry, I felt like it needed some more dimension, so I came back in with Holiday Green and Campground. Using a makeup sponge, I dabbed the colors on. Then to add a little sparkle, I used this ink glitter marker from Dollar Tree. When it was dry, I sealed it with this acrylic sealer. Next, I took floral moss and glued it in the cracks of the stone. My original intention was to do little bits here and there, but I love the way it looks so much that I did the entire thing. Yes, it's tedious work, but it's worth the final result. To pretty up my arch, I decided to use this boxwood from Walmart, greenery stem from Dollar Tree, mini roses from Michael's, and a floral spray I purchased at Goodwill. Here I'm showing you how I broke everything down to prepare for gluing. Next, I made 2 vines by twisting leftover rose stems onto a single rose stem. To add the vines to my arch, I just meandered the vine around the front and glued it to the moss. You want to be sure that you are gluing it to the moss, as gluing it to the stones won't last. Then I came in and added the roses and the little white flowers, doing only a couple on the sides and more concentrated on the top. Next, I added the leaves, adding a few on the sides along the vine and then concentrating on the top. Lastly, I added the floral spray, concentrating only on the top. The final steps are to attach the leaf seat to the twine and add moss to the foundation. Stay tuned to see how the final piece looks. Don't forget to check out the link to the playlist in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and leave me a comment below. If you'd like to see more, subscribe to my channel and select all notifications so you don't miss my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, love, inspire, create. See you next time.